Hey everybody, Snigby here from Snigby Gaming, getting ready to play a little Factorio. Fair warning, it's my COPPA warning that I try to do on every video out there. This is content not intended for children under the age of 13. If you're under the age of 13, please click away. This content, I'm not making it for you. If you're over 13, you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, put a comment down below. All that lets me know that y'all are watching this, you're engaged, you like this content, and you're ready to see some more. Anyway, I just wanted to show you what I've accomplished since the last time we were together. I took out my little jumpstart base. I spent a bit of time cleaning that up. If you'll notice right here, I do have a little bit of excess material that I had buffered up that I'm going to go ahead and filter through. I'll show you that in just a second. When I was picking that stuff up, I was picking up extra stuff, and of course I wanted to clear those out, so you'll see a couple little things here and there from there. I need to still clean up a little bit more later on. I also put in some, for this material here, I put in a couple priority splitters. So basically we're going to input from the buffered stuff first before we push into that line. Same thing on here into the iron. You'll also notice that on the iron and the copper, I went ahead and put in a second smelting line. I went ahead and got that in there, left my buffer up here because that's just a good thing to have. And then as I went through, I went in and put priority splitters in here. Again, I'm just going to move everything to the side that's actually being fed. Just wanted to upgrade that so we can put that in there. Now, the last thing that I did, you notice I'm kind of messing around with this maul concept, not doing a very good job of it. I've seen much more efficient mauls out there, but I'm getting the stuff that I need. So got a couple of gear machines, a little steel box maker, there's my belts and splitters and whatnot. Got a little electricity coming up here, getting into the blue sumo machine 2, some different pieces and deals like that. And the one thing I realized I was missing was all of my inserters. So I went ahead and took care of the inserters out here as well. Now, the last thing that I did here was I set up a little section to put in some burner inserters, because I don't like to craft those when I'm extending my my power over on the power side. And I also set up a little array here so I can recycle my stone furnaces. Those will go into that's a steel furnace, and this is electric furnace. So we'll be able to recycle those later on down the road. But I'm going to go ahead and make up to these steel furnaces and replace that here in just a little bit as we go on. Now, the other thing that I did was I went ahead and picked up some stuff here. Got some offshore pumps, a few extra pipes and pumps, and oil refineries and chemical plants. And I love how the oil refinery sprite is so much smaller than the chemical plant, when I would think that the oil refinery would be much larger. The last thing that I did here was I actually pulled a electric cable down to here. I'm going ahead and upgrading this main trunk line into a large electric poles, so we can go ahead and take those. And I'm down here at the oil section. Now, in the oil, I've got what is this? 12 crude oil sprites. So we'll go ahead and get those laid down here, get those hooked up, and we'll work through this as we go. All right, so I took a little bit of a break from building out any more of a maul, because I think I've got everything that I need right now. If not, I'll go out there. Oh, I'm missing one. Can I craft one? I can. We're just going to go ahead and handcraft that puppy. I guess I miscounted my sprites. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see what I did wrong. I counted that as 4, not 5. Got it. All right, so let's go ahead and get these hooked up, and we'll go on. I'll probably do a voiceover on the rest of this. I just wanted to let you know that I'm really enjoying this, working my way up there. I'm not doing any new research right now. I guess I could go ahead and start researching some rails and some of this stuff to improve some of those things, but I was going ahead and holding off on that. I don't know why. Automobile, yeah. Don't need that. We'll go ahead and get the stacks. See if there's anything else I can do at this level. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And braking force is the next level. All right. All right, voiceover time for the next time you hear me. So I was actually pretty fortunate in the way that this patch of oil was laid up. If you'll notice, everybody's pretty much on the same line, able to just make a couple of little adjustments there, and was able to get everybody going. So I was kind of happy about the way that this patch lines up when it comes to the the oil, and I love hearing myself squeak. It's kind of funny. So I was actually pretty fortunate from a power standpoint as well. Almost every one of these pump jacks were able to be reached by two. Or one power pole was able to pick up two. Just that last one there had a little bit of issue on there. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and going to think how I want to roll this up. So I'm going to run the power up here, but also I'm going to start putting some pumps in here. I really don't know how far the pumps will reach. I think I ended up doing 11 pairs as I went through here. As I got close to a main power pole, I went ahead and put one in, dropped a small out there, and then went on through there. Also, right here, I decided I was going to go ahead and replace these small power poles with large, and make things look a little cleaner from a power perspective. And that's what I'm doing here. I make a lot of those decisions in here. Was that, going out there, setting up some, do a little bit of redo work just to make it look a little nicer. But hope you don't mind me taking that time to do that. I want to lay out my oil. Originally thinking about setting up right here. In just a second, I'm going to come back and live tell you what my little thoughts are here. But with the little pond up front, I thought I'd go ahead and put the water in there, bring it over. I think you'll see what's going to happen here in just a second. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of research here, find out how much of the different materials that I want, and that'll help me understand how much of these refineries and everything that I'm going to be working on. So I'll be back with you in a little bit. Looks like this is kind of a short video right now, so we'll go ahead and do the research. We'll come back, we'll record some more and paste them together. So with that being said, I'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. Okay, and I am back, and basically I think I've got this figured out. I'm going to need 10 of these refineries to 9 light oil to petroleum crackers eventually. And then I'll have to have 5, let's see, how is this laid out here? 10 refineries, 9 light oil to petroleum crackers. I need 5 heavy to light, and then, I'm sorry, 3 heavy to light and 5 heavy to lube. So basically 10, 9 to 5 to 3. I'm not going to use all those right away because that's once you get to advanced oil, but I'm going to go ahead and lay it out so that we can do that. Now, this place that I've decided to use here looks like it may be a little bit, yeah, I can lay it out here and make it work. I'm going to have to work around this thing, or to kind of lay it out here. I may just go ahead and lay it out right here over here. I think that might be the best place to do it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and again voice over time because I'm going to have to concentrate here, and we'll be back with you in a little bit. Now, just so everybody understands this, I'm speeding this up 300%. So this is 3 times normal speed as I'm going through here, working my way through what's going on here. I also decided I want to go ahead and put some control logic on here. Went ahead and got that set up. I haven't really played with this too much, but I wanted to on this one not only go with the bots, but also put in a lot of logic in here to ensure that I'm producing the proper amounts of this, that, and the other thing. One of the things I think I end up doing here is don't quite have the best spacing because of the way that the everything's laid out, but just want to go ahead and play with this. You're also going to see me making a lot of amateur mistakes because I'm going out here and making blueprints and forgetting to save them, clicking shift and not shifting and all that. However, I am using the little exploit, I guess you'd call, where if you make a blueprint with a control circuit on it between 2 power poles, they will actually place the control circuit down there so that you don't have to use all of those out. Now on this layout, it's a 5 to 9 to 3 to, I'm sorry, 10 to 9 to 5 to 3, as I was mentioning. I saw that from Milos. He did a nice tutorial on oil, and went ahead and looked at that pretty closely. A little bit of his layout's going to be here, but I'm going to go ahead and build it out myself. Once I start the build, that'll be on the next episode, go into advanced oils. I do want to double check that math and make sure that everything is going like I expected it to. So yeah, at this point I don't remember what I'm crafting. It looks like I'm crafting some barrels to put in so we can have a place to store our product as we go through. So I'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes to talk about other things that I'm doing here. Factorio, while space efficiency would be nice and getting things compact would be kind of nice to do, sometimes it does make sense to give yourself plenty of room in case you want to expand. Um, so right now I'm going to decide where I want to put my liquids in, which one of these bus lines I'm going to do that on. And as you can tell, I've already laid that out, and I'm just kind of putting in a marker so I know kind of where to set my line up here. So this is where actually having a mall comes in handy, something that's constantly working while you're not here, building different items that you may need. So as you can tell, I've got plenty of straight pipe. Uh, I don't know if I didn't set a limit up there. I'll double check that later. But going ahead and working through that. Um, I'm also thinking, you know what, I'm going to need to build out some plastic and some sulfur to get onto the bus here. And before I do that, I wanted to go ahead and put my science back in and rebuild that a little bit. This array is going to be pretty small when it's all said and done, but it'll get the job done for what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time actually putting in my central bus line. I decided to go ahead and put both red and green on this one, this blueprint, so I could uh, have those if I needed them. And I'm going to spend a bit of time cleaning this up. I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this at speed so that we can work our way through it. And I also recognized pretty quickly that I needed to come in here and bring power back over to the other side. And fortunately, I can go ahead and just make a blueprint of what I have and lay it down. Unfortunately, I happen to build everything right over the top of one of my lines there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little jump there, and we're just going to deal with it as we go through here. And as you can see right now, I'm starting the process of upgrading everything from the uh, small to the large lines, and we'll go ahead and get those in as we go through. So here's one of those areas that I failed to protect my bus. Um, I actually had a plan to lay out this bus in such a way that I could have large power poles spanning left to right, right and front to top to bottom. And this one channel that I've had to jump a couple of times was supposed to actually be left there for roboports and large power poles. Also, I could use that for putting in other liquids if I needed to. So anyway, a little bit of cleanup here. I did pick up that iron line all the way down because I noticed that it had been wrapped up. And at this point, I have brought the power junction down, caught it to everybody else, and we should be good to go. It isn't always the case where your power lines don't line up exactly the way you want it, so you've got to just force it into where you want it to be. And I think I rebuilt this thing about 7 times, trying to get some plastic in here because it's like, oh, I got to have some room. Um, yeah, so we'll go ahead and put plastic on both sides of our line. Can we fit it in here? I sure hope so. I don't know if I wanted to rebuild it another time, or if we're just going to let it go like this. Um, I also set up my uh, inserters the way I did so that they could um, do what they needed to do. Now at this point, I am just coming through and getting my oil set up, and looky there, I've got to rebuild it one more time. Move it a couple of tiles further up so everything is lined up again. And there we go. I think this is the last time I rebuilt it. It's funny to go back and watch what you do later on down the road. I did notice though that when I rebuilt it this last time, my power poles were on line like they were supposed to be. So all was good. And now I've got enough room to build everything else that I need to do. And we're back. Go ahead and get some inserters here so we can put in the requisite other product, which happens to be coal. And why isn't everything moving? Oh, I've got an extra underground. Duh. All right. So let's see this plastic start coming out. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. I've got plastic now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end our voiceover work here. At this point, I just now am running through and getting this set up on the proper side of the belt. As I'm looking here, I think I'm in the wrong place, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. Make several trips up here, back and forth, until I finally realize that I think my layout down here actually had too many sites, and you'll see me actually getting this laid out properly as we go through. spending time on getting my belt laid out, I still didn't get it in the right place. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and clean up the belts. I'm going to leave them here. Eventually we'll get everything cleared up there. And with that, we'll come back to live commentary. All right, so I have my initial oil processing going. Yep, I've got oil coming in, petroleum coming in here, oil, petroleum coming out here, right? Petroleum gas. I got a little bit of storage going on. Put a couple of pumps in the middle here. Worked away around these power poles. I did set the power poles up to give them the green and yellow so I can do circuit networks later on down the road. And then also set up my my bus with the with 4 lines of liquid here. We'll probably put, if we need some more, we'll put some more liquids in right here. But I think this will be good for now. I'll probably might put some water on here because I'm going to need some water for concrete later on. Took that up to here, put in a T-junction, dropped it over here, put in some what is this, plastic. Got the plastic production going. Found that I had a little mistake on my my bus. Fixed that, no problems. And then finally wrapped up with coming up here. So the next episode, I think I'm going to go ahead and do some red circuits, get those going, and then see what I need to do in order to get the next science pack out here, which I believe is going to be the blue. I did move the science over just a little bit. I still have a little room to put 2 more rows of science coming down through here. Figure out how I'm going to do that on the next episode. But with that being said, this is Snigby signing off, everybody. Have a great day. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate your support. Everybody, have a great day. Goodbye.